Actually, let's go through some of the comments. This is on YouTube, obviously. But let's go through some of the comments. She said, "Shit, when I was 2, I didn't have a bank account. Oh God, she said $11,000 in your son's bank account. But that's a problem. She's brainwashing the kid. Yeah, no, this is cringe. The baby is crying because he doesn't want to leave his primary caregiver. This is called media manipulation. Why she? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Find Your Formula Reacts. Now today we got a video here with the notorious Brittany Renner, aka PJ Washington's baby mother, and apparently she's trending again for shenanigans. Last thing I knew, she was converting herself to Islam, but then she stopped doing that. We're slowly watching the decline of Brittany Renner here, and it seems like she is spiraling. All right, in this clip here, she's trending again for ratchetness as usual. And I wanted to check it out and kind of dive deep into some of the things here. Also, guys, this is a warning for the gentlemen out there who may be young and accomplished or even older and established. This is showcasing why it's super important to pick the right woman to shoot the club up with. All right. Yes, she's beautiful. She looks good, whatever the case may be. Is she a good person? All right. That big butt and that smile is not what's going to be what raises your child. And at the end of the day, the child is the one who's the victim with all of this, right? So without any further ado, we're going to dive right into the video. I'm going to leave my comments for the end.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm going to record this. Because that's not okay. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up. Actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't because everybody babies him. You gonna give him his bag and stuff? That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row. Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not. No, yeah, I will. But I'm telling you right now, every single time you come here and he cries, we're gonna record that. And it's what? Hey, it's up with me. Just know that it's up. What'd you say? What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear you say it again.
Suck my dick.
If you had, maybe I would. Pussy ass bitch. Pussy ass. What the fuck you looking at?
That's on my way.
Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
You don't pay for shit.
Fuck you. You don't pay for shit either. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 to your son's bank account. $11,000 to your son's bank account, but $150 to that bitch.
Okay. All right. So, man, listen, you got to pick the right woman to have kids with, man. You really do. Because I saw a comment there. Actually, let's go through some of the comments. This is on YouTube, obviously. Let's go through some of the comments. She said, "Shit, when I was 2, I didn't have a bank account. Oh God, she said $11,000 in your son's bank account. But that's a problem. She's brainwashing the kid. Yeah, no, this is cringe. The baby is crying because he doesn't want to leave his primary caregiver. This is called media manipulation. Why she doesn't deserve the child." And that's true. That's true, because they'll play that in court and be like, every time he goes with his dad, it's a problem. Every time he goes with his dad, a young boy needs his father. They try to make him look like the bad guy, but they're blissfully unaware of how stupid they're making themselves look. Poor kid. Wasn't she a Muslim like 2 weeks ago, and now she's acting like this? Yeah, exactly. Like I said, we're watching the decline of Brittany Renner live and direct. You know what I mean? She wants to talk trash and start a war, then play victim. PJ got to get out of there. She's a drama queen. And again, man, it sucks because we see this happen so much in the Black community. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other communities, but I'm paying attention to mine. You know what I'm saying? This happens so much in the Black community, and it's bad because we know the stats when it comes to a child being raised by a single mother. Now, I say single mother specifically because the stats show when a child is raised by a single father, they mimic. They're similar. They're not exactly the same, but they are similar to when the child is raised in a 2-parent household. All right. Yeah, it's bad. Just comment after comment. He didn't even say hi, and she was already on him. This was a planned, premeditated attack, and I'm guaranteeing this isn't the first time that she's given him problems. He came to pick his kid up 3 weeks in a row, and they're mad. All kids cry for one parent or another. The kid is just being a kid. And she's like, well, how about you come pick him up and do something? And, Warrants and PJ didn't necessarily respond with grace. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, I'm here to get my kid. I'm here doing the thing. And you coming with problems for what? I'm here to get my son. Give me my bag so I can leave. You want me to go? Let me leave. Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? It's sad. So now we have a video here by the Pink Book Lesson. It's a female ran channel. She's going to be diving more into the Brittany Renner and PJ Washington situation. So I kind of wanted to get the female perspective on it. There's a lot of dudes that have covered this, and I feel like they're just going to echo the exact same thing that I've said. But I wanted to get the female perspective on it and see maybe she talks about some things that I missed.
Okay, hold on, pause.
This is Brittany Renner handing off the child to PJ Washington. Why is this being recorded in the first place? Please recognize this was a whole setup from the jump.
Yep.
Brittany got her trashy hillbilly Karen mama recording all this. And instead of handing the baby off and PJ walking to his vehicle, Brittany got her mama recording it and she says, hold up. What is she doing in that moment? Getting ready to activate that bitter baby mama energy. Girl, like give that baby to the daddy and keep it moving. But no, she can't do that. What she's about to do instead is make an already stressful situation for everyone involved, including the child in the middle, more stressful.
Yeah.
This is what you call escalation.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record this because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it.
Yeah. So notice he walks away. Notice he's like, all right, you got it. What does she do? Follow him. Antagonizing, like she said, escalation, antagonizing. It's pretty much rage bait. This is pretty much rage baiting. Swing, do something. Like, yeah.
Jay, he's like, you're gonna give me his bag or what? Nah, Brittany, she's not grabbing the bag. She's about to start spewing that baby bop bimbo babble. Talking about this the third time.
This channel, baby bop bimbo babble. What? I gotta watch more of her stuff. That's hilarious. Baby bop bimbo babble. All right, that's a bar.
Try to pick him up and he's crying. Well, he's a baby. And unfortunately, you're supposed to be his mother, but you seem to have the same amount of emotional tolerance as the baby. Obviously, you can tell that this child, he spends most of his time with his mother. For one, they're not together. Then PJ is out playing 80-something games a year. Right now, he's in the off season. So he's going to pick up the child. He could be crying for many reasons. But it doesn't help that his mama is making the situation more stressful by having her mama recording it so they can pop off and turn up on cue when PJ initially was visibly calm. But yeah, she's creating this whole situation, manipulating the scenario, and making this baby anxious on purpose. And yes, the baby is crying. So what? Babies cry all the time. You know what's going to happen? At some point when they get down the road and he's comfortable, he will stop crying. The boy will get tired of crying, and eventually he's going to warm up in the space to his dad and the stepmom, especially when you get your dusty self out the way controlling his emotions.
Yeah.
My thing is, if he's got visitation right now, what other way to get the child used to visitation than to have visitation?
Right.
I mean, make it make sense.
But that's the thing, though. It's not about compromise or finding a solution. It's all about being, like I said, it's a premeditated attack. And that's what it is. It's an attack. It's, hey, you're the bad guy. You barely see your son. You're this, you're that. It's some type of something. I need something. Give me something, because she's not at peace. Again, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, a month ago, whatever the case may be, she was Muslim, claiming to give her life to Islam. Then you see her again with the hillbilly braids, spewing that, what did she say, that baby bop bimbo, whatever. Like, come on, man. Come on. It is what it is, yo. Like I said, we're watching the decline of Brittany Renner, and that's how it goes. You have a girl who's the it girl, and it goes one of three ways, right? She'll either do OF, she'll start like a crypto thing, or she'll get knocked up by somebody famous. And whatever path they go, that's how they stay relevant. because looks fade, beauty is fleeting, and charm is deceiving. All right. Once those looks fade, no one's really checking for you like that. No one's really worried about you like that. You need to stay relevant because that's all you know. That you're hooked on that attention. That's what you've built your livelihood on. You know what I'm saying? You're hooked on that attention. So the minute you don't get that attention, you need something. You need something. And unfortunately for that child, this is her something. So again, men, yes, she look good. Let's be honest, right? Yes, she look good. The natural hair, the booty, cool. But at the end of the day, that's not what's going to be raising your kid. That's not what's going to be raising your kid. That big button of smile is not what raises your kid. And it's tough because it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? You in the club, you drinking, whatever the case may be. Just know this is what your life could be like after them however many minutes, hours, whatever is done. You knock her up, you get the wrong woman pregnant, you're in deep for at least a smooth 18. At least, yo. It is what it is. That's not count. That's just the money. We're not talking the mental stress. We're not talking the attitude that you got to deal with. We're not talking the baby mama manipulating the child to where the child thinks that you just never loved them and you never showed up for them. Like, yo, this is all premeditated. It's an attack. We don't care about solutions over here. I'm trying to ruin you.
Miss Dandridge destroy him anyway. I mean, can you imagine how this little black boy is about to turn out with Brittany and her Karen mama? And that's why PJ will forever be on my symptom intervention patient list. This is why. This one dumb move he made that could ruin his whole career at any moment.
Yep.
He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. No, it's not. It ain't because everybody babys him. You gonna give him his bag and stuff?
That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
And then her mama need to shut up. Lady, please tell me, why are you talking? The whole time she's talking in the background, instigating her daughter, keeping the tensions high, recording at the same time. Now we see where Brittany got it from. She get it from her mama. And a lot of y'all get this horrible behavior and mindset from your mama. But see, you're not ready to have that conversation because, of course, you're perfect. And your mama is an angel, but she's far from God when you really look at her behavior and her actions. Yeah, y'all get this behavior from your mama, and then you wonder why years and years go by and your life end up just like hers. It's because the main coach in your life, your mama, taught you how to be just like her. You listened to all her self-sabotaging advice, you made a bunch of dumb moves, and she allowed you, went along with it, and even encouraged it, and you wonder why you look up to see that your life is identical to hers.
Yeah.
Please, somebody tell me, why is her mama a part of this exchange in the first place? There is no reason why her mama should be a part of this right now. And please don't say because they need a witness or some adult need to be in the room. Her mama is just as childish as she is. She's more like a sister than a mother. Her emotional intelligence is extremely low, and that's not a person you want around in a high-pressure situation. Right. They will do nothing but add fuel to the fire and make the situation worse. This is why Brittany's mama is behaving more like an accomplice than the so-called adult in the room.
Right.
And that's another thing. PJ Washington is 27 years old. Brittany is 33 years old. Why would Brittany's mama have anything to do with this? You're looking at two people grown enough to make the stupid decisions they both made, although Brittany was preying on this young guy while he was in college. But when you're grown enough to make stupid decisions, you're going to have to be grown enough to handle the consequences and responsibilities that come along with it. And that includes co-parenting and exchanging custody. And if you got your parents involved in the custody exchange, your parents or his parents, you're already failing and you're irresponsible.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to handle your own child without needing supervision from her mama or his mama. This is all very stupid. Like,
and one thing too, I'll say is I got a homie. Shout out to Greg, man. Shout out to Greg. He was saying, he was like, yeah, man, you know, I wouldn't date a black woman. And I'm like, what you mean, bro? Like, why you say that? Like, why you so strongly about that? And he was like, oh, you know, the attitude, all the stereotypical things that, you know, is associated with black women. I was like, you know, not every black woman is like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. He's like, yeah, but you're not understanding. Let's say she's like that. Her mama probably not. Or her mama giving her slack for being cooperative, submissive, fit, all the things that we look for in women. And I was like, yeah, right. You're not wrong. And then he was like, that's if she even raised by her mama. What if she raised by grandmama? It's the same thing. Like, if her mama's a single mom, what makes you think she's not going to be a single mom? Her example is based off of that. That's her role model. That's who she look up to. So if who she looks up to is not a good model, like then what are you doing with her? And I was like, I mean, that's a good point. I mean, like, I'm not saying like to say that, yeah, I would never date a black woman because that's not the case, but I understand the logic behind it though. I understand the logic behind it. Just because she's a good woman, that don't mean that the lineage is just gonna follow suit. Now, just because if you come from a bad family or if you don't come from a good family, I do think it's imperative to make sure that a good family comes from you. You know what I'm saying? It comes to a certain point, certainly at 33. You got to take responsibility for your own actions. You got to stop blaming your life and how it's show, like how it is based off of your family. That's on you. All right. 25, 26, that's on you. All right. That's on you. So she is bringing up a good point. I forgot too that Brittany was preying on him in college. That was a whole thing. And again, if the situation was different and it was a man, I don't remember how old Brittany was, but while he was in college, a young, like spying on a young girl, it would have been a whole different scenario. Whole different scenario. Whole different thing. Whole different thing. But because it's a woman doing the creeping, right, it's not as bad now, or it's not as weird. But it's like, yo, you was plotting on this young man, and he still got caught up. Because she's right. At the end of the day, if you old enough to lay up with her, you old enough to deal with the consequences. Every time you slide into the sugar walls, you risking it. You risking it. And that risk feels good. Well, I'm telling you, it feel good. But it feel good until it don't. You know what I'm saying? It feel good until y'all having a screaming match in the driveway. And you like, bro, I wish I would have swiped left. I wish I would have never. I wish I didn't. It's too late, bro. You did. So keep that in mind, gentlemen. Keep that in mind.
And here she is, further escalating. She should have never left the porch. The sensible way to handle this, give him the baby in the bag or whatever, all at once. While he was at the door, you stay inside the house, he goes to the car, and they drive off.
Yeah.
That's how you handle that. You don't follow him to the car, record and talking trash with your mama. Listen to this straight up dog. She said, I'm going to record every time you come. Yeah, she said every time he cries, we're going to record it. First of all, keep it up, Brittany. Yeah, keep recording. Keep putting your son out here to the world. This will be great intervention for all the other mama-raised boys that seem to be clueless about witches like you. But basically, she's saying every time you come over here to pick up your son, we're going to have Karen recording the situation while she's escalating tensions along with her daughter, recreating this chaotic environment over and over again, making it extremely stressful on the kid and the father until they're successful at making the father give up and he make the decision to cut them off. Then she's going to condition the child into thinking that his father didn't want him, making herself the angel in this situation, not telling the child the full story because remember, he's just a baby. He won't even remember all of this. All he's going to know is his rich daddy never showed up for him again. And his mama and grandmama, they're going to be there to reinforce the strain, the negative thoughts towards the dad while manipulating.
Then that same boy grows up to have no emotional control. He moves like a woman. He's very feminine in his energy. She's going to raise him to be the type of man that she would never want. And the cycle continues. And that's the problem with the black community. You have a lot of young men being raised by women, but for one way or another. And every woman is always like, well, why does a dude just leave their kid? Men leave their kid for a multitude of reasons. But I don't think most of the time it's because they don't want the kid. I think most of the time they don't want the woman. And that woman is using that kid as like a hedge to say, like, if you don't do what I want, then you don't get to see your kid. And the man that's like, cool, I don't want you. And if that's how you feel about the kid, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that's all I got for this video here. Go ahead and subscribe to the Pink Book Lesson. She was cooking Brittany. She was absolutely cooking Brittany. That joint was hilarious. What'd she say? Baby Bob Bimbo Babble or something like that. I had never heard that a day in my life. But go ahead and subscribe to her YouTube channel. She has great content, not only on this, but like on a lot of the other topics that we talk about here on Find Your Formula Reacts. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe to her channel as well. Let her know that I sent you. Maybe she'll comment on this video. Who knows? Who knows? Hey guys, that's all I got. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget the best way to help out the channel is to watch another one of the videos that you see popping up on the screen right now. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.